Christmas Eve, 1945, Fayetteville, West Virginia. The Sodder family, George, Jenny, and 9 of their 10 children, settled in for the night, the house alive with holiday excitement. The older kids begged to stay up late, playing with new toys. Jenny relented, then went to bed. At 1 a.m., a wrong number phone call woke Jenny. She noticed the lights were still on, curtains open, but thought nothing of it. She returned to sleep, until the smell of smoke jolted her awake. The house was on fire. George, Jenny, and 4 children escaped into the freezing night. 5 children, Maurice, Martha, Louis, Jenny, and Betty, were trapped upstairs. George tried to re-enter, smashing a window, but flames and smoke forced him back. The attic ladder was missing. The phone line was dead. The fire department was slow to arrive. By the time help came, the house was gone, reduced to ashes. The 5 children had vanished. The official story, they died in the fire. But when the ashes cooled, no bones, no remains, nothing were found. For George and Jenny, this was the start of a lifelong search. The fire destroyed their home, but it sparked a mystery that would haunt them forever. The question, what really happened to the Sodder children? The town whispered. But the Sodders refused to accept the official story. Their grief became a quest for answers. The tragedy was only the beginning. The Sodders would not let the world forget. The night's horror was only the first chapter. The mystery was just beginning. The ashes hid secrets no one could explain, and the Sodders would spend the rest of their lives searching for the truth. Let's rewind to that fateful night. The Sodder home was full of laughter and anticipation. Marion, the eldest, brought gifts for her siblings. The younger children played late, while Jenny reminded the older boys to finish chores. At 12:30 a.m., a strange phone call. A woman asking for someone Jenny didn't know, laughter in the background. Jenny noticed the lights and curtains, but assumed the kids forgot. She went back to bed. Then, a loud bang on the roof, a rolling noise. Jenny stirred, but exhaustion won. At 1:30 a.m., smoke filled the house. Jenny woke George. They gathered the children. Marion and the youngest, Sylvia, escaped. So did John and George Jr. 5 children were missing, trapped upstairs. George tried to use his trucks to reach the attic, but both were mysteriously dead. The ladder was gone, later found far from the house. Every rescue attempt failed. The phone line was cut. A neighbor ran to call for help. The fire department arrived too late. The Sodders watched helplessly as their home burned. The fire seemed almost designed to leave no survivors. The family's nightmare had only begun. The missing children were never seen again. The fire's cause and the children's fate would be questioned for decades. The Sodders' hope refused to die. The night's chaos left only questions. The official story never satisfied the family. The search for answers began that very night, and it would never truly end. Christmas morning brought only devastation and questions. The fire chief arrived late, blaming faulty wiring. The children, he said, were incinerated, but Jenny knew better. She'd worked with cremations. Bones always remained. The fire burned less than an hour. Too short, too cool for total destruction. No remains, no smell of burning flesh. It didn't add up. George doubted the wiring. He'd had it inspected. Why did both trucks fail? Why was the ladder found far from the house? The official story felt wrong. The Sodders became investigators, sifting through ashes, hiring detectives. Jenny burned animal bones. Always, something remained. The family's grief turned to determination. They refused to accept the authorities' answers. The search for truth became their mission. The Sodders would not rest. The mystery deepened. The more the Sodders searched, the stranger things became. The phone line was cut, deliberately, high on the pole. Before the fire, George was threatened by a man angry about his anti-Mussolini views. Another visitor warned the fuse boxes would cause a fire. These weren't coincidences, they were threats. Then came sightings. A woman claimed she saw the children in a car as the house burned and later at a diner. A hotel owner reported seeing them with adults of Italian descent. Sightings trickled in for years from as far as Florida and Texas. In 1968, Jenny received a photo of a young man resembling Louis, with a cryptic message. The private investigator they hired vanished with their money. Each clue brought more questions, not answers. The evidence pointed to something more than a tragic fire. The Sodders clung to hope. The mystery only grew. The truth remained elusive. For decades, the Sodders searched for their children. They put up a billboard, offering a reward, refusing to let the world forget. Theories swirled: mafia retaliation, local grudges, kidnapping. The cut phone line, disabled trucks, missing ladder, signs of a plan, not an accident. Some believed the children were taken, raised under new identities. Others thought the fire was a tragic accident. George died in 1969, Jenny in 1989, never knowing the truth. She wore black for the rest of her life. The billboard came down, but the mystery endures. The Sodders' love and determination became legend. The question remains, what happened to the Sodder children? The answer is still lost in